I have this data sample that come with a month. As you can see, the month is not sorted. I'm going to give you one tip. The advantage of not having a blank rows and blank columns in your database. Like I mentioned just now, you're going to get super speed. Before we begin about this one. So I'm going to sort this one first. So how do you sort this? How quick can it be? So just a few seconds. Few seconds. Look, select one cell, go to data, done. Just one cell. So what I'm going to do now is, I would like to check whether we have enough stock or not. After sorting all this, we have enough stock or not. So I'm going to do here, I'm going to collaborate this with another formula for north, south, east, and west. So if I would like to know the total stock in for north and the total stock out for north, I need to use a formula called count if, so sum if, and to get the number is sum if. Is count if, the total for stock in and stock out is called sum if. So let me show you an example. I'm going to copy this and paste it here. So how do we get the total of that? I'm going to use a formula called sum if. Select at fx, range, okay, sorry, this should be region. Much more appropriate. Equal, again, sum if, range is the region, the whole set. Criteria, I am looking for north. Sum range is the stock in. You don't have to select the whole set. Just select the one at the top, like this one. Then press OK. See that 3541? That is the total for north. You don't have to use filter or even format as table to get this total or using subtotal. You can just use the formula. Again, I'm going to repeat this for stock out. Equal sum if fx range criteria north, sum range is the stock out. So this is for north. Can I drag this one down? Yes and no. Yes, because you can use the fill handle. No, because it will select the wrong range. As you can see, this one moves down. See that? This is wrong. So what you should do is, you have to lock it. So in this case, look at the color. Don't look at the range. Excel gives you color as indicator on what you are using in the formula. So in this case, I'm selected this one. So actually, you don't have to select the whole thing. So you want to lock this one? Yeah. Just do that. What's the shortcut again? It's F4. And the purple one is F4. Same goes on this one. Absolute reference. And now I double click. As you can see, now it's referring to the right location. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to see whether we are running out of stock or not. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to minus that. So if you worry about this data keeps on changing, what you can do is, you can just select the whole data, copy and paste value. Okay, So now we have positive and negative value. Means this one is running out of stock. So what you can do here is you can use if this one is less than 0, you can say please order, or else tips. Whenever you type a single formula in a cell, you don't have to close bracket. Why? Because Excel will give it to you for free. Enter. So now we have this, right? Have you seen a lot of people, they create formulas that looks very fancy, a lot of formulas, looks very complicated. Well, actually you can do the same thing with this one. Yeah. So what you do is, you do that this one comes from there, this one is minus that one. So what you can do is, you can just copy the formula. Yeah. To replace that, I put a bracket there, I press Ctrl V, like so. It makes no difference. So now you have your OK and order, and now I'm no longer relying on this cell. I can delete this, so we can have lesser columns. So what you can do with this one is that you can either put a conditional floating from here equal to, or text that contains. Let's say for this one, I'm going to select order. As long as it contains order, it will automatically change the color. Or if I'm looking for anything with the word OK, so let's say this one, I'm going to change this one to green. And from the same set, this one is pink color. Okay. So if your region have 3 east, 2 north, and 2 south, well, it depends. See, that's why before you work with Excel, you have to do a lot of data massing. Please check your data before you start typing. Or else, actually, there's another way on how you can counter this problem. Yeah, if you notice that there's something wrong with the data, for instance, now let me answer your question like this: equal sum if, sorry, count if. If I were to select the whole database, comma, north, we have 6 here. But now, let's say this is wrongly typed, got spacebar, and I have another north with 2 spacebar. It doesn't add up. Why? Excel doesn't understand what that one is. Okay? Because when we check, we have variations of north. So what we can do is, in your formula, in this case, whenever you type in the type, you put this sign, the asterisk. Means that whatever comes after the word north will be assumed as north. So when I press OK, it will add up. The same rules applies if you would do sum if. So in your criteria, instead of just selecting that one cell, you have to type the type. I hope that answered the question. Yeah. In case, let me up just a little bit. If you fear that you might have a data that comes with a space bar before the time, so you can even put it this way: asterisk before the time. So it means that Excel will look for whatever time, as long as it finds that time, then it will assume as the same type of north. So in this case, if I were to have like blah 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 and then north, that will still be north. Yeah. Okay. So when I change this one to this, it no longer belongs to that type. Okay. Is it? So I'm going to keep this just in case you want to have a copy of this. Take a quick snapshot or print screen for your reference. Any other questions? Oh, this one will also work if you to place this in a different worksheet. So place this in a different worksheet, apply that same formula, and the conditional formatting still works the same way. You can even type the sum if formula, checking this one in the conditional formatting. Yeah? If you're familiar with and or, it still works the same way, as long as it returns true or false. Find whichever way, type of value that will return true or false.